In one corner, 100 men. In the other, one gorilla. No weapons, no mercy, just fists, fur, and the internet's favorite hypothetical fight. But behind the memes and mayhem is a creature far more interesting than any barstool debate. Today we leave the battlefield behind and step into the forest. Because gorillas, they're not just strong, they're smart, social, and sometimes, surprisingly, sassy. Gorillas are the largest living primates, relatives of ours, with 98% shared DNA. That means you, me, and a gorilla all come from the same biological family tree, except they skipped the part where we invented spreadsheets and regret. There are two main species, eastern gorillas, like the mountain gorilla, and western gorillas, like the western lowland. They live in tropical forests across Central Africa, from misty mountains to lowland swamps. Males can weigh up to 440 pounds, with arms that could comfortably win an arm wrestling match against a refrigerator. And their bite force is over 1,300 psi. That's stronger than a lion. Yes, a lion. Gorillas live in family groups called troops, led by a silverback male, recognizable by the streak of silver across his back. He's the boss, the bodyguard, and occasionally, the babysitter. Gorilla troops can include females, juveniles, and infants, all foraging, grooming, and traveling together. Every night, they build fresh nests out of leaves. Even the babies get their own tiny beds. You haven't lived until you've seen a gorilla tuck themselves in. You'd think a creature this massive would hunt prey. But gorillas are herbivores. On the menu, bamboo, leaves, fruits and bark, basically a forest salad, and every now and then, a crunchy termite treat for that extra zing. They can eat up to 40 pounds of vegetation per day. Basically, they're living lawnmowers with biceps. Let's talk power. A gorilla can lift over 1,800 pounds. That's a vending machine, a grand piano, a small horse. They don't sprint like cheetahs, but they can charge at 25 miles per hour through dense jungle. Their fighting style. Think WWE with forest flair. Chest beating, a bluff, not a threat. Charging on all fours. Grabbing, throwing, and body slamming. Still think 100 untrained men could win? That's not a fight. That's a mass casualty event. Let's rewind to a sanctuary in Cameroon. Bobo, a 350-pound western lowland gorilla rescued from poachers as a baby. Bobo grew up into a massive silverback. But one day, sanctuary staff found him doing something unexpected. He was gently cradling a wild bush baby, a tiny, nocturnal primate about the size of a hamster. Not eating it, not attacking it, just holding it. He even let it climb on his shoulder and nuzzle against his cheek. The footage went viral, because sometimes, the strongest beings are also the gentlest. And Bobo, total sweetheart. Before we continue on our gorilla journey, quick pause for the wildest of requests. If you're enjoying the adventure so far, give that like button some love. Drop a comment below. What's your favorite fun fact about gorillas? Or maybe you just want to tell us how wild this video is. We love hearing that too. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button so you don't miss out on more wild stories coming your way. Gorilla moms are incredibly nurturing, carrying their babies for 9 months, nursing for years, and staying close as they grow. But young gorillas? Chaos gremlins. They wrestle, chase, tackle, and throw tantrums worthy of a toddler with a juice box addiction. Play is how they learn strength, coordination, and social rules. Silverbacks often join in, throwing fake punches or gently rolling with the youngsters. Imagine Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson playing tag with 5-year-olds. That's the vibe. Let's zoom out for a moment. Gorillas and humans split from a common ancestor around 7 million years ago. We went on to invent agriculture, space travel, and reality TV. Gorillas, masters of the good life. They've nailed the art of snacking in the shade, raising tight-knit families, and steering clear of jungle drama. Who really evolved better? That's up for debate. Now meet Jen Fossey, the primatologist who changed how we see gorillas. In the 1970s, she studied a young male gorilla named Digit in Rwanda. They formed a close bond. Digit would even approach her, rest beside her, and play with her backpack zippers. When Digit was tragically killed by poachers protecting his group, Fossey started the Digit Fund, now the Gen Fossey Gorilla Fund, one of the most impactful gorilla conservation groups in the world. From grief came global action. And thanks to her, thousands of gorillas are still alive today. But life isn't all bananas and naps. Gorillas face some real threats, like their forests being chopped down for mining and farms, poachers hunting them for meat or trophies, and diseases passed along by humans getting a little too close for comfort. But there's hope. Mountain gorillas were once nearly extinct. Now, thanks to community-led conservation, numbers have rebounded to over 1,000. Tourism, education, and protected reserves are changing the story. Thanks for hanging out at the Wildlife Lounge, where the animals are wild and the facts are wilder. If this made you laugh, gasp, or question your place in the food chain, smash that subscribe button and swing by for the next adventure. Until then, stay curious, stay weird, and maybe don't challenge a gorilla to a fight. Also, before we go, let's settle this once and for all. Who's the real Jim King? Is it the gorilla, bench pressing logs like it's no big deal? Or us humans, struggling to lift our groceries? Let us know in the comments. Personally, I think the gorilla would win. But only if there's a protein shake involved.